So, main event. That was a thing.
Yep.
Closely followed by Lucha Underground and NXT.
Yep.
So, why don't we just wrap it up?
Wrap up the midweek?
Wrap up the midweek in some sort of violent fruit roll-up.
Okay.
Fruit roll-up of violence.
Let's do
This
that.
is the midweek wrap-up. Starting with main event.
Speaking of fruit roll-up, we open up with Adam Rose taking on Zack Ryder.
Wait, which one?
Huh?
Which one?
Adam Rose.
Oh.
He's got lollipops.
He's got Rosa.
Yeah. Yeah, Rosa is an interesting addition to Adam Rose's whole shtick.
She's trying to capture all the wholesome sluttiness of rated R Lita.
Yeah.
With none of the talent.
Well, I feel like, because during the entrance she starts like gyrating, and they immediately switched over to JoJo. They're like, oh god, we can't show that on TV. Like, Rosa is going above and beyond to just look.
Like a tramp?
She's just going above and beyond to be Rosa.
Like I said, rated R Lita with none of the talent.
Yeah. So we get Adam Rose versus Zack Ryder. Good match for how long it is. Zack Ryder ends up in the driver's seat, almost hits the broski boot, gets the advantage back, goes for the Rough Rider, but the Rough Rider's reversed into a powerbomb. Adam Rose back rolls him, sets him up, hits him with the party foul, and then we get Rosa jumping on Adam Rose, making out, and
there's a pin in between.
Dry humping, yeah. That part was a blur, because everything else just kind of stood out.
Best part is JBL's freak out.
Yeah, he's somebody put an X on the screen. What? This is main event. Why are we showing this?
We're gonna lose our viewers. I think we're the only two who still watch main event.
I think we might be. Then we had okay. This is where shit starts. This is where it got funny, but this is the beginning of the weird shit because we had Renee.
Wait a minute. That wasn't weird.
No. It gets weirder from here.
Uh-oh.
We had Renee talking to Damian Sandow, asking where does Damian Sandow go from here.
And then Curtis Axel shows up and says, "Don't ask any more questions."
Well, first he shows up, he's flexing.
Well, yeah, but
He's showing off his tricep.
man, when you gotta kill a tricep, what else do you do?
He says that Sandow, isn't, he's not original. He just goes out there and he portrays other people and rips other people's gimmicks off. Blah blah blah. So we have Sandow trying to do his best Hulk Hogan impression.
Yeah.
And then we have Axel going, no, you can't do that. That's mine. You can't do that. He goes, okay, well, what if I'm Damian Macho Mandow? And so he starts doing a Macho Man impression.
And talk about a just half-ass shitty Macho Man.
Yeah. He's no Jay Lethal.
Wait a minute. You're telling me Jay Lethal and Damian Sandow aren't the same person?
I know. It's shocking, but they're not.
I've never seen Damian Sandow and Jay Lethal in the same room at the same time.
It's because they've never worked for the same company at the same time.
I thought there was something to that.
Then we had Jack Swagger taking on Bo Dallas. This was really quick. Jack Swagger finally picking up a win in God knows how long. Getting Bo Dallas a tap out to the ankle lock. Bo Dallas apparently thinks that Oh Canada goes to the same tune as Oh Christmas Tree.
No, that's Bo Canada.
Oh. Bo Christmas Tree. Bo Christmas Tree.
No, that's in December.
Whatever. So yeah, Jack Swagger picks up a win. Then we get...
Don't be a hater.
Then we get Axelmania versus Macho Mandow in... It was funny for a second, and then it started to get weird again, and then the Ascension came out and attacked them both.
Yeah, which was like, Sandow was about to win.
Yeah, he was about to hit the elbow drop.
Slammed Axel down, and he goes to the top rope to do the elbow drop, and I feel like the Ascension coming out was Damien Sandow's cop-out for not wanting to do a top rope move.
I don't get this at all. Like, okay, no, I take that back. I get it, because I guarantee you, either tomorrow on SmackDown or next Monday on Raw, we're going to get the Mega Powers versus the Legion of Dumb. It's what we're going to get. It's going to happen.
It's like a dream match that never happened. Or could it be the Mega Powers versus Demolition?
That's better. Yeah, the Ascension talk about how they are it's the rise of the greatest tag team. It's the era of total destruction.
Whatever to Annihilation. That was their...
Ya doesn't get over on the main roster, apparently.
Vince probably thought Ya was dumb.
Well...
Ya was what got him over in NXT.
So we're going to be getting that tag team match.
Yeah.
Eventually. Then we had Stardust taking on R-Truth.
Yeah. Little mini stroke.
Stardust taking Star-Truth versus R-Dust.
R-Truth.
This midweek was weird, man. all fucked up. Like, this match was okay. There wasn't anything to write home about except for Cody adding a little, like, springboard from the outside to the inside, hitting the disaster kick, and that's what he wins with. That was the best thing out of this whole match. And apparently...
I liked when they cut to commercial mid-match, Cody was going, hey, 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 hey.
In, like, the deepest voice he could possibly do. It's weird. See, that was main event. In all of its
Thank God that's over.
fucking weird glory. Let's move on to Lucha Underground. We open up Dario's in his office, and both Alberto El Patron and Johnny Mundo both feel that they are deserving of a shot at Prince Puma for the Lucha Underground Championship.
Yeah, whatever did Fernando do?
Fernandez. Which is what Johnny Mundo called him. Fernando is a Puerto Rican bullfighter. Get it right.
We are some Puerto Rican fight bulls. Gets ugly quick.
Johnny and Alberto both saying, we're two of the best in Lucha Underground. We're two of the best in the business. We deserve a shot. We didn't even get a chance last week.
And Dario's like, you know what? You're right. So you guys are gonna fight tonight.
Yeah.
And the winner will face
Fernando.
And
next week.
That winner will be the real number one contender.
Yeah.
So right now, Hernandez is just the make-believe number one contender.
Yeah. And, yeah. Hernandez doesn't know that this change has been made, but he'll find out soon enough. Our first match, we had Cortez Castro and Mr. Cisco taking on Angelico and Son of Havoc. Ivelisse.
Team dysfunction.
Ivelisse is out at ringside. She's sitting in the crowd, just hanging out. While Bale is over in the corner of the crew. This is a good tag team match, a lot of back and forth stuff, but we still have Angelico and Son of Havoc not able to get along. There's a lot of miscues on a part of their... intentional miscues on their part. The crew was not on their game. Mr. Cisco took a low bridge through the top and middle rope and tried to take out Angelico's arms.
He took a really low bridge.
It was so low he tried to go under the bridge.
We call that the Billy Goat's Gruff. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore.
It's okay.
This is gonna be hurt.
End of the match. We get Havoc. It was a reverse dominator. That was impressive. Kill Daniel Bryan.
CM Punk?
No, it was Lashley on Benoit.
killed Daniel Bryan.
Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the screen here.
Look right in front of you. It
Oh,
says
wait.
CM Punk.
What are you talking about? CM? It's Fernando. Anyway, Son of Havoc gets the blind tag. Tries to take on. Bale is like causing distractions here. He ends up getting up onto the apron, and Son of Havoc
gives him the littlest Superman punch ever.
Yeah, he's
Superboy punch.
But it's just enough of a distraction that allows Cisco and Cortez to hit the death code on him and get the pinfall over him. While Angelico's on the outside, and Evalise's pissed because she's not there to give direction to these guys. So, well, then
kudos for them for tuning her out.
She was.
That's difficult to do.
Yeah, she was loud too. Then we had who we now know as Delavar Daivari.
I'm just gonna call him Daivari.
The Golden Warrior. He's sitting in Dario's office. Dario says, I'm surprised to see you here. After you attacked Tejano, all this stuff. And he goes, well, you say that you enjoy violence. I like to inflict violence. He goes, oh, okay. Well, you can have a match, and it's gonna be next against Tejano. Okay.
He didn't seem to care.
But before that match happens, we get Conan walking in the back trying to keep peace between Hernandez and Puma.
Easier said than done.
He's telling Hernandez, it's like, hey, it wasn't really cool that you got involved in the match last week between Puma and Drago. What was that? It looked like you were trying to cost him the championship. Puma,
and then Dario shows up again.
And then lets Hernandez.
Dario's gonna throw shit in people's faces all the time. So he's like, Hernandez, you're not really the number one contender. You're the
fuck you talking about? I'm not the number one contender.
And guess what? You have to team up with the dude that you want to fight anyways.
The fuck you talking about? I gotta team up with him.
And you gotta fight two big badass guys. King Cuerno and Cage. Shut up, Fernando.
So there's a tag team match. Puma and Hernandez taking on Cage and Cuerno. And now Hernandez knows that he has to face the winner of Johnny Mundo and Alberto El Patron next week. But then we have Delavar Daivari in an anticipated match against Tejano that never fucking happens because they just beat the fuck out of each other. And it ends with Daivari whacking Tejano in the face with a microphone.
Yeah.
That was it. And Tejano wore his bull rope for a second.
Daivari was in the ring waiting, and his opponent was, oh shit.
Yeah, Melissa Santos got the fuck out of the ring because Tejano wasn't wasting any time.
Yeah.
So yeah. That
right now I'm saying Daivari and Bret Hart need to form a stable. People that just whop microphones in other people's faces.
It's a tag team match. Daivari and Bret Hart versus Tejano and Heath Slater.
Microphone on a pole match.
Oh shit.
Brett better hope Daivari can climb fast.
Then we have Cage and Cuerno taking on Hernandez and Puma. Hernandez and Puma are just Puma doesn't trust Hernandez at all now at this point after what happened last week.
I wouldn't either.
And there's a few moments where they work really well together, but there's very much like we had with Havoc and Angelico, a lot of miscues, and they're not really playing off of each other like they could or would. And at one point we have, towards the end of the match, we have Cuerno going for the arrow from hell, and as he goes, Hernandez pulls Puma in the way and just dips out. He's like, nope, not doing that. So Puma takes the full head of steam from Cuerno.
And Conan's like, what are you doing? And Hernandez is like, also kicking him.
Yeah, and then boots Puma in the face, gives him the border toss on the apron.
And then Conan's like, chasing Hernandez out with his cane.
I'm gonna hit this motherfucker. Cuerno tosses Puma back in the ring, allowing Cage to hit Weapon X and pick up the win obviously there's more issues between Hernandez and Puma. If you couldn't already tell. Then we find out that Black Lotus is still not ready to come back to Lucha Underground. And then in our main event, we had Alberto El Patron versus Johnny Mundo.
Hold on, we missed I'm not sure why Resurrection.
That was the end.
That was the end?
Yeah, that was the very end.
I thought that was beforehand.
Chill out. I got notes. We're cool. Hang on.
Alberto always right.
Alberto El Patron versus Johnny Mundo. This match was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
These two fucking killed it.
Best match of the midweek.
Absolutely.
We'll give it the match of the
Alberto and Johnny were just on top of their game. Just stuff that you don't usually see Johnny Mundo doing. A faster pace than we see Alberto usually wrestling at, which is great. Just matching speed for speed. Lots of just good technical wrestling to start the match too. Johnny using his athleticism to get out of holds and get into other holds. A lot of really good stuff. We had Johnny had some sort of misstep on his way out of the ring, and he crushed the top ring stair.
Yeah, he took a Banderas over Alberto and smashed those ring steps. He came down so hard.
And then Alberto dives out and shoves him into that railing thing behind him. And yeah,
Mundo got his revenge though. He dove on him later.
It's true. Yeah. He got his little
corkscrew dive where he lands on his feet.
Yeah.
Because he's a parkour expert.
He's badass.
Yeah, it's two guys who are very, very frequently just on point all the time.
And they killed it. I was super impressed with this match. Alberto ends up picking up the win after a couple little... He goes for his... Johnny's on his knees. He goes for the super kick. Johnny ducks, comes up, goes for...
a springboard thingy.
Yeah, a springboard, probably a disaster kick, some sort of thing. Alberto ducks that, and Johnny lands and he's back on one knee, and then ends up getting the super kick.
Avada Kedavra.
We get that's the one. Alberto passes out on top of Johnny, getting the 1-2-3. But Kevin brought up to me a very good point: is that Johnny Mundo may have been pinned by Alberto, but Alberto's shoulders were down for the 3 count as well.
Yeah.
Even though Johnny Mundo wasn't covering Alberto, his shoulders were down. So we could see something
Triple
happen.
threat match.
Yeah. Or maybe we just get a fatal 4-way for the Lucha Underground Championship.
One day. They're not that advanced yet.
Not yet. And then, as Kevin was saying, Catrina's bringing back Will Martes?
What?
Why?
What?
Why?
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Puerto Rican bullfighter?
I mean...
Her whole thing was...
She spent an entire month's worth of episodes trying to get rid...
Yeah, she used Phoenix to get rid of Mil Muertes, leading up to the casket match. And now, alright, cool, he's gone. We've seen Phoenix twice since then.
Without Catrina.
Now she's back and she's resurrecting Mil Muertes.
Still licking shit. Doesn't happen very often, but this is an episode of Lucha Underground where I'm going, there were 2 vignettes that I did not enjoy.
One of which we just glazed over, so if you missed it, go back about
Black Lotus thing.
Yeah.
I mean, really...
I don't get it.
This is a huge, big inconsistency for me. I have a really hard time dealing with inconsistencies.
Hopefully we get something next week or in a couple weeks that makes it make sense.
The only thing I'm hoping for is that she brings him back to team with Phoenix. They make a little Addams Family stable.
That would be fucking bizarre. Let's see if NXT can make this a little better. We open up with Charlotte taking on Emma. This was a very good match. Great way to open the show.
Emma's still wearing all of Bailey's
yeah.
shit.
And I love that she's like not giving a fuck with her entrance and everything. She's like,
well, she's
not really doing this, and she's like half-assing the get in the ring, and teasing fans with Bailey's headbands and everything.
That was good.
A lot of good heel work. She works the whole match in the I'm a hugger shirt. Charlotte ends up picking up the win with the natural selection, even despite Emma really working over the knee of Charlotte.
Yeah.
A lot of good work there. Charlotte still picks up the win, and Emma's starting to get up, and then she realizes that Charlotte has turned into Bailey, and Bailey helps her up, gives her a hug, and I went, "You hug the person who does the hugplex?"
Emma, well, she just took a big blow to the head with the natural selection.
That's fair.
So
it's a little loopy. But then she takes a big belly-to-belly suplex from Bailey. And then Bailey takes her shirt back.
One more time.
The crowd is great on this episode, by the way.
Yeah, if you haven't watched NXT, the crowd does some awesome things.
Yeah. Bailey getting a little bit of revenge towards Emma.
I have to go, the weird backwards curb stomp thing she does.
Ban that move. Ban that move.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm sure we're going to get a singles match between these two. Probably a takeover. Emma and Bailey.
I'm going tag team match.
Think they're going to add Dana
based off of the promo that comes later in the show.
Let's talk about that right away.
Right.
We have Dana talking to Devin in the back. Devin, asking, you've been on a roll since I was born, and then she
annoys me. I'm gonna come straight out and say it.
Isn't that a good thing though for a heel?
Yeah. She's doing her job, but too well.
But then she calls out Charlotte because they put Charlotte in the tap out commercial instead of her. That's
maybe because you weren't around when they were filming that.
Likely. Okay. Maybe a tag team match. We'll have to wait and see. Nothing was made official as far as that goes on this episode of NXT. We had a look back on Becky's career. Lots of old photos of her coming up through the ranks of Japan and Europe.
They had one photo flash by that I actually had in my photos on MySpace.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
It's her really skinny with a championship belt.
Oh. There was one of her with Natalia and Katie Lee and somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody else's photo. Yeah, cool little look back through her coming up through the independent scene and all that stuff. We had two different interviews with Michael Cole talking to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn about their upcoming title match.
And guess what? To everybody's surprise, Kevin Owens was kind of a dick.
That was great. He's so good at being a dick. Michael Cole just really wants to know why he attacked Sami, why he did the things that he did to Sami Zayn. And Kevin Owens just, you know what? I'm going to give you an answer, and it's not the one you want. And he's just making fun of Michael Cole for being a journalist, which is hilarious. You don't really get a straight answer from Kevin Owens.
He's had his whole "that's my story and I'm sticking to it" thing.
Yeah, there's not a lot of information you're going to get from him.
But everyone else seems to think he's got some sort of ulterior motive.
Yeah.
To what happened. And they talk about it in the interview with Michael Cole and Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
And Sami, has sort of the same idea. It's like, oh, well, I was also very confused, and I would like to know why. So, hey, Kevin, come out next week on NXT and tell me. Just please tell me face to face, in person, or he'd probably settle for on the Tron.
Maybe.
But
the real question here is, Sami Zayn did get injured prior to his match against John Cena on Raw, so the title match at TakeOver is actually really in question right now because Sami could be out for several months.
Yeah, depending on how severe the injury is.
He did have an MRI today, but we haven't really got an actual diagnosis on what is wrong with his shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, Sami Zayn being a tough guy.
He did wrestle the whole match against John Cena.
Yeah, and I mean, that could be, either proof that, it's not as bad as it could be, and he could be possibly cleared in time for TakeOver, or
it was just him going, hey, I'm on Monday Night Raw, I'm going to make this fucking count.
Yeah, I mean, the idea that, he was in his hometown on Monday Night Raw, wrestling for the United States Championship.
Introduced by Bret Hart facing John Cena.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking moment.
I mean, you have this whole thing, and him wrestling despite being injured, right before the match starts.
Yeah. And for those of you that are blaming John Cena, shut the fuck up. He didn't do it.
That it's could have been the nail in his own coffin.
Yeah.
Continuing on and actually wrestling the match.
Yeah.
Rather than taking it home early.
Well, and he did a lot of moves that could easily aggravate an injury like that, especially his torpedo DDT.
Yeah.
And having John Cena up for the Blue Thunder Bomb. Yeah, there's a lot of things that definitely could have done extra damage, but we'll have to wait and find out and see what the diagnosis of Sami Zayn actually is. Our next match, we had Rhino make quick work of Bull Dempsey.
Yeah.
This did not last long at all. Bull Dempsey's
I remember back when Bull Dempsey was making quick work of other people.
Yeah, and now he's an afterthought. Didn't last long against Rhino. Rhino then gets on the microphone and says, people call me an unstoppable force, but there's someone else here in NXT that they call an unstoppable force, and I want to test that.
I honestly think Rhino blanked on the phrase immovable object.
You think so?
And they wanted to do the unstoppable force versus the immovable object.
I thought the fact that he said unstoppable twice is because TakeOver is called unstoppable.
That could be true.
That's what I took from it. But he calls out Baron Corbin. He wants a match against Baron Corbin at NXT TakeOver Unstoppable.
And we saw them go against each other at the NXT Live event on WrestleMania weekend.
We did indeed.
And they put on a fairly decent match. So
yeah. So
if they repeat what they did live in San Jose,
I'm all for it.
It'll be good.
Let's do it. We have Sasha do a little backstage promo talking about how she's the reason Becky's in the spot she's in now. She created her, and if she wants to try and take the championship, then she'll take her out just as quickly as she made her. And the only way she's gonna rise to the top is if she can take the championship, and that ain't gonna happen. Or will it?
Yes, it will. No, it won't. Shut up.
Ooh-ha! It's coming soon. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, it was exciting.
I'm surprised you got a vignette like that.
Yeah, one of the things I think that's coming is a lot of the people now, the independent wrestlers who are popular with the American audience, are getting pulled up really fast.
Yes.
I mean, between the time he was signed and debuted, Kenta, not that much time. Finn Balor, less time than Kenta. Owens, less time than that.
Yeah. I think as far as the popular indie guys, Pac and Generico were the ones that took the longest to come up, just because NXT was just getting its start. Now that it's as prominent as it is, and you're getting these stars that people know and enjoy, they're like, fuck it, move them up. Let's get them out there now. Because it gets more eyes on the product.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely going to be a great addition to the roster.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping for debut at TakeOver.
Maybe. Be cool. Then we're supposed to have a tag team match.
He's going to beat Justin Gabriel with a double stop.
Who?
Pajama Black.
Who?
I don't know. South African guy.
C.J. Parker?
Adam Rose.
Leo Kruger.
Yeah, that one.
We have what is supposed to be a tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Mechanics make their way out.
Yeah.
Then we get Cass and Enzo's music.
But no Kaz and Enzo.
Oh.
Where'd they go?
Well, let's play the music again.
Still no Kaz.
Oh. Well, what the? Oh, Blake and Murphy are being douchebags, and they're attacking Cass and Enzo in the back, and Carmella's yelling at them from behind something. It was,
Couple of those production tropes.
yeah. Blake still with the stupid fucking front ponytail. It bothers me to no end.
And Enzo's cheetah print mullet faux hawk doesn't bug you?
Nope, not at all. What's something wrong with that?
Problems.
Then we have the contract signing for the women's championship match at TakeOver. Becky goes on a little promo about, you know, everything she's done in her career has been working towards this moment because now she's one step closer to becoming the NXT Women's Championship, becoming the Women's Champion. That's what I meant to say. If she turns into a title belt, I'll freak out.
She aspires to have other women wear her around their waist to the ring.
Are you mad about that?
No.
So she signs her contract. Then William Regal sends it over to Sasha, and Sasha throws the pen away because she's got a fucking stamp. She stamps that shit like a boss. And then she's like, hey, look, it's signed. Everybody see it? And then she throws it in Becky's face, and she tries to...
She tags Becky. She, steps on her head on the table.
Yeah. I was expecting a lot of things to happen with that table, but not that.
Yeah. I was hoping Becky was gonna yank her off and powerbomb her through the table.
That would have been awesome.
But no, Sasha jumps off. She freaking upturns the table towards the referees who are trying to stop it.
The goofy referee almost gets barrel rolled by the fucking table.
And Sasha's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you," and she goes to grab Becky, and Becky freaking flips her into a submission hold, that seated Fujiwara armbar.
God. So much torque on that shoulder.
And gets Sasha to tap out.
Yeah. So, it's not looking too good for Sasha.
That's right.
It's scary.
She better be scared.
Go Sasha.
B-Nox is coming for you.
B-Nox?
B-Nox, yeah.
It sounds like a transformer. Then we get Alex Riley talking about what happened last week. This was a happy moment for you, and...
This is my favorite promo of the entire midweek.
Go for it.
Alex Riley's a butthurt little bitch. and
oh my god.
It's the harsh reality when he has to find out that no one actually wanted him to stop commentating.
He talks about how, he went through this hellacious match with Kevin Owens
twice,
or with Sami Zayn last week, and after all this, he's tried so hard, and the last minute of last week's NXT is all about Sami Zayn, and he gets powerbombed on the apron by Kevin Owens, and the crowd is thanking him. Thanking Kevin for powerbombing Alex Riley. Alex Riley has now come into reality.
Yeah. Somehow, I think they tried to tie in the fact that he's getting knee surgery.
Yeah.
Has nothing... I don't know. But he's going to be gone for a long time, he says.
Wait, you telling me the backbone's not connected to the knee bone?
Nope.
Oh, shit.
I mean...
I've been doing power bombs wrong my whole life.
There's
no one.
I mean, you can get there if you just keep connecting the other bones that are left, but it's not a direct connection.
Well, shit.
There's a couple turns.
Well, it is Alex Riley. Maybe
he's sandbagged medical school.
Maybe his knee's connected to his back.
Yeah, he's just made of all knees.
Anyway,
I don't know. But
Alex Riley is upset, and he's going to be gone for a little while.
butthurt little bitch.
Moving on to our main event, we have two of the three people in the number one contenders triple threat match at TakeOver. We have Hideo Itami taking on Tyler Breeze. Finn Balor is at ringside, specifically for a
hitting on
spot.
JoJo.
Maybe. I wouldn't blame him. Hideo and Tyler have an awesome match as usual. Tyler playing the funny heel, rolling out of the ring. I am not going to be kicked. But you're going against Hideo Itami. You're going to get kicked.
He was so wrong.
Yeah.
He got kicked a lot.
He did get kicked a lot. And he almost got shotgun kicked on the outside. But he moved just in time, and unfortunately Finn Balor ate Hideo Itami's foot, and he went through the barricade.
Hideo Itami had to be rushed to the hospital for foot replacement surgery after Finn Balor ate his foot.
But then he came back and finished the match. He beat Tyler Breeze, ducking the beauty shot, and then hitting the shotgun kick.
With his new foreign object foot.
Hideo Itami picking up the win. Finn Balor is not happy about this. He gets in the ring, and it looks like he's about to whoop the shit out of Hideo Itami.
Yeah, and Tyler Breeze is kind of still over there, but like the crowd is so torn.
Half of them want him to hit Hideo, and the other half want him to hit Tyler.
They're doing yes and no chants simultaneously.
Yeah.
So the whole crowd's just going, yo, yo, yo.
Ness.
Scott Hall's not here, guys.
So Finn kind of has okay, I won't kick the shit out of Hideo right now. I'll just pick him up. But as he's picking him up, he gets kicked in the face.
Supermodel
kick by Tyler. He goes down, and then Hideo gets the beauty shot, and then Tyler is the one left standing after all this chaos. So, a lot of good build for this triple threat match. I am so stoked for this.
It's going to be the best match of the card, hands down.
Absolutely. Especially if Sami Zayn isn't able to go against Kevin Owens. And there is speculation that if Sami is pulled from the show, that whoever wins that triple threat will automatically go to the main event and face Kevin Owens.
That'd be fun.
So,
but guaranteed they lose.
Probably. But we'll have to wait and see. We're getting really close to that, so we'll be having some NXT TakeOver predictions coming up pretty soon. But that is it for this week's midweek wrap-up. Be sure to go back through the playlist. Check out our Raw review. We're going to be having SmackDown Rundown coming up. And then coming this Monday, we will have a brand new Indie News. What?
In the car!
Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Post down in the comments what you thought about the midweek. Was it as weird to you as it was to us? Because we had a hard time with it.
It was a strange midweek.
We don't usually have a hard time with wrestling, but this midweek, this specific midweek was a little strange. Be sure to check out Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, emails, all that stuff down in the description.
There's a lot of stuff he just said. But do all of it. He's buffering.
And be sure to look forward to the SmackDown Run-In, which will be next in the playlist. Keep on watching. Did I pause? What happened there?
You had to load. You need to get better internet speed.